Yo, hello, welcome. So, how to prepare for Brelshazahard and the new content we're getting with it. So, we're in April right now, and lostark already mentioned before that they're gonna release Brelshazahard mode with the new update in April, and they also kind of confirmed it more by releasing a tweet on Twitter by saying the levels that will be required for Brelshazahard, and also lostark is now called Found Arc in Twitter in April. So yeah, that's really funny, huh? He found the arc. So yeah, okay. So with Brelshazahard, and we're gonna get introduced to two things which most of the players already know this. We're gonna get introduced the ancient gear and the new materials that comes with the ancient gear to push this ancient gear, which will allow you to push your characters beyond 1590. Alright, so if you don't have a 1590 character, so you're not a whale somewhat, you wanna try to maximize your money from Brelshazahard and prepare for it. And the best way for you to do that is to have as many 1540 characters as you can. So Brelshazahard will start from 1540 to 1560, but what we care about more than Brelshazahard are Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Raids, because raids like Brelshazahard will take time to do, but Guardian Raids and Chaos Dungeons are free and they give loot, which will be very valuable. So, and with having any characters at 1540, always you want to try to do this. Usually with any new content we get is that you want to keep your aura, so you want to keep them, get the respawners 5 days before the hand, and usually you will usually get to know that we're getting the date for the new content like this beforehand, so it will be very easy for us to know. I will most likely talk about this when it happens, and we want to wait 5 days beforehand so we get as much respawn as we can. Will make us get more rewards with the new update with Brelshazahard. Now the reason for that is with Brelshazahard and the new materials, you wanna sell the new materials, because the new materials will be very expensive, but for not a long period of time, because as the next content we get, which we don't know yet when will we get, but as the next thing we will get, and for us to need to push from 1560 to 1580, not necessarily a lot of players will need to push there, because we might get a lot of bound materials like what's happening right now. So the window for us to sell materials at a higher price is not going to be huge, so this will be a good time for us to sell the materials and make a good profit on these materials. And most importantly, there's two things actually that will help. There's one thing that I'm not sure about, because I haven't tried the new case dungeons, but it makes sense, is that tribot levels, I guess with every raid we get and every new level of case dungeon we get better tribots quality. So we mostly get level 5s here, which is ancient ones, right? I mean relic ones. So most likely we'll get also tribots that are level 5, will get more level 5s, and it makes sense for that to happen, which will allow us to get better tribots for characters. Now this doesn't really matter for old characters, but for new characters, if you have like a reaper, a summoner, or an artist, but artist not really, or newer characters, these characters will get more tribots, or they have a chance of selling tribots. Like for reaper, that's a big market. If they get more tribots, they can sell them, and they will sell for a good amount of gold. And the other important thing is obviously ancient gear. If you hit the jackpot of hitting any good 6-3 item, especially if it's 6-3 spec with high quality, you can sell it for a ridiculous amount of gold. Not because it will help you a lot, not because it will increase your damage a lot, it's just because people want to get these things. Obviously, you want to sell this. I personally think you should sell it. The reason for that is that the damage increase you're getting is not worth the amount of money. Like, you could sell these items for a ridiculous amount of gold when that happens. If you get it with that gold, you can make bunch of gems that are level 10 or something. I don't know how much we will sell for, we'll see how things happen, but from the way that things look, with every update and people selling items for very high prices on the new update, if you get lucky, it makes more sense to sell them, because even if you don't sell them, for you to buy the other items to make a full build will be very expensive. It wouldn't make sense for any player to do that unless you have ridiculous amount of gold, which I'm putting the basis that you don't have. So yeah, now let's talk about some predictions. But before that, if you've been enjoying this video, consider liking it, okay? Yeah, it helps. Thank you. So next thing we want to talk about is the prices of materials, right? So with Brelshazahard reaching very soon, a lot of players will start pushing characters. A lot of people prepared, but not everybody prepared their characters already. So most likely the price of materials will go up a little bit or higher. You don't know. So the safest bet for any player is that you can keep these materials. Like you can keep your protection, you can keep your leaves, you can keep all of these materials for a bit and see how the market goes. Because if you wait a bit in the next few weeks, they might go up, and they're most likely not gonna go down. They're gonna go up. So either you can use them or sell them. Well, a lot of players might have a lot of materials bound, since we have been waiting for a while now, so you had a good amount of time to get a lot of materials, but the things you're missing are gold or something like that. So that would be a good time to save them and sell them. And also the opposite will happen. If you are planning to push your characters, you might start to consider getting items. Like things that make sense to get are like destruction stone or precious stone. Obviously guardian stone, but like you want to get protection, since they're only 3, but since protection is only like 3-4, these are not gonna go that cheap. And if they're like 1, you can buy them if you will need them, because they're not gonna go cheaper than that, obviously, and they might go up, so you don't want to risk it. But yeah, if you're planning on pushing and you might need more materials, you might consider starting from now. Have a plan of what happened, because things might go higher. Also, last thing is, one of the benefits that you will get from selling Brelshaza items or materials from 15 plus is that will give you a chance to push more characters to 1540, because you're gonna sell the new materials for higher price, which means you're gonna get more gold for your roster, which you can pump it back into your roster to make more money, and that will allow you to push more characters to 1540. So like, I personally think like the ideal thing you would want to do is have one character at 1560, because like, let's be honest, it will be fun to play the new stuff. So you want to have one character at 1560 and then bump the rest of the characters for 1540, as many as you can. That will be really helpful, and then try to sell them. And this all goes to the basics of like how you're planning to play your character. And fusion materials is already skyrocketing, which will skyrocket more. So it's very important to if you don't do this, to use your farm for fusion materials. I personally used my farm for relic. I've never done any research into how fast or what is the best thing. I just do relic because exhibiting, because I have a legendary one, but there is no other reason than that. I don't know which one is the best, but like, you can consider fishing or hunting, I think the other one, and use it to make from the farm, craft some. You're not gonna get a lot. I estimate you're getting like from the farm like maybe 1 per day, which is not a lot, but like it's still good amount of gold. Like, let's look at this. Like, you're gonna get 20 of these. So how 20 of these are like what? They're like right now with the market in EU Central is like 700 gold. So you're saving 700 gold every single day by doing that. So you might want to switch to it if you haven't already, because fusion materials are already expensive, and they might even be more expensive because the demand on it will be higher, because there's no other way to make them other than crafting them or buying them. So yeah, with all of that, that's some small things to how to prepare for Brelshazahard. So yeah, it will be really fun to play Brelshazahard. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Goodbye.